Had to stay at work a little bit longer than I wanted to. Had to come home, definitely jump in the shower so I can get this video out to you fellas, alright? So what we're gonna do is show you guys how to throw one-play touchdowns with ease, alright? It's kind of what y'all been waiting for me to do for the longest, and it's really kind of hard to do in practice mode, but we're gonna try. I'm gonna kind of tell you the process of what makes it work and so on and so forth, where you can take, you know, you don't even have to have the best quarterbacks, you know, to throw bombs. You know, you just got to make sure your concepts are doing what they're supposed to do. So one of the first things that I do is I've been working lately on attacking two high safeties. So I like to come out in formations where I know that both outside receivers are outside the numbers for one. Anytime you have two high safeties, you want to make sure that both outside receivers are outside the numbers. Now, if you're going single high safety, you want to be a little tight and compressed. That way you can, you know, attack those seams a little bit more aggressive. But for today, we are going to show you how to attack the two high safeties. And one of the plays that I like is this inside cross. Now, I know in this Raiders playbook, there's actually multiple, that little post route is a double move post route. So there's actually a couple in here. You have Gun Normal Wing Pats has it. I think Doubles Y Flex has it, and Shark HB Will. And then I think there's one in single back that has it as well. Make sure it has it in drive. So I'm going to kind of just show you with these three plays and the route concept that we're going to use to basically take any two high safety read off the books. All right. So we're obviously going to do this match personnel because that's going to be the best way to, you know, kind of showcase what we're doing here. Okay. So we'll kind of start with the vanilla coverages, and then we'll kind of work to the match coverages and the drop coverages, okay? So we'll start with the cover two man. And I'm going to be using a 57 overall Jared Stidham. That way you guys can't be like, oh, you're using Pat Mahomes. Anyone can do that. You know, I just want to kind of showcase my ability, all right? So how are we going to get those safeties to split? Okay, that's the main thing. You want this post route to work. If I don't do anything, then nothing is going to threaten that safety to move or disposition himself to defend something else. He's going to go after the post route, right? Well, even if he does go after it, you might still be able to kind of do it, but it would be too tight of a throw. So what you want to do is you want to take the transparency away from the defense and basically just force your one-on-ones by creating separations with your route concepts. So one of the first things that I like to do versus two high safeties reads is I like to run routes directly at them and then reposition them with my smart routes. So we're going to run two out routes right at the safety, and you're going to go ahead and smart route that post route. Now, one thing that you can do here is sometimes I do like to roll out a little bit to the left, you know, that way I can get a little bit extra protection for the pass lead. So I will pass protect to the left, and then I will just go ahead and just ID that guy, okay? So I want you guys to pay attention to how the safeties react on those two out routes. And a 57 overall Jared Stidham, just prove it to you guys in practice mode. All right, we're gonna slow it down for you guys. Anytime you have two high safeties, this is a concept that you're gonna be using, okay? I want you to pay attention how that out route's gonna push that safety out on both sides. Look how far deep those safeties are. They're outside the numbers. That's exactly where you wanna put them. And as long as you have those deep out routes, that's where they'll be. You see how much room I've got over the middle of the field? Okay, so that's cover 2 man, right? And you're gonna be like, well, you know, most people are gonna have like a deep mid-read zone, right? I'll show you versus cover 2. We'll do it against Tampa. Like I said, for the purpose of this, we'll match personnel. I can find the Tampa. There we go. Now, Tampa coverages usually play back a little bit deeper, and in some cases, if you aren't careful, that mid-read will play a mid-third. So how do you basically use the same concept, and that mid-read is going to be a non-factor, okay? Go ahead and smart route that. Same thing. Mid-read is going to actually play short because nothing's directly going to him. He's going to go out, and we're going to bomb the cover 2 right over the top. It's going to prevent him, because of the out route, he's going to be matched up with one of those out routes, whichever side he's closest to, and that's going to prevent him from dropping back deep. A lot of mistakes people make when they try to see these cover 2 defenses is they just feel like, oh, you got that spot on the field open, and then they'll just try to run a vertical right at it or something like that, thinking that they'll just be able to get over it. No, it's a mid-read. He's going to match up with it. You know, he's going to take him all the way down the field. So the best way to do it is just avoid him completely by forcing routes that are close to him away from him. Okay, so let's get a little bit more advanced. Okay, so let's say they start doing like invert defenses, right? Which, you know, by all means, or, you know, I do use inverts mainly versus like bunch sets, but turn auto flip off so we have to flip the plays. If need, right? All right, so sometimes you'll come out and they'll be in these looks like this where it'll be cover 3, you know, and they'll try to come out this way to kind of prevent you from, you know, pre-snap reading them. You know, either way, once you catch on to people's tendencies, you're going to be able to exploit them, right? So we'll go ahead and smart about that again. And just over the top. Probably could have waited a little bit on it, but you know, you guys get the idea, right? Do it one more time. And what I could do is I could run a deep end route and just have like a drive concept at the mid section of the field, and then just have that comeback on the other side. You know, that's just another route that you can kind of put in there, and then just kind of have to click on and get that little roll off. But that's pretty much going to how it's going to be able to handle those cover 2 inverts. Now, what if they're running match cover 2? Okay, we already went over Tampa. What if they got those soft squats out there? And this is also these concepts. I'm going to tell you something about them versus users as well. Let me see if I can find a cover 2 match of some sort. Let's see. I might have to probably go to a probably gonna have to go to a dime to get a cover 2 match, or a sink. Really, I don't know if they got a sink defense. Dollar, I think Dollar's the only thing that has it. Yeah. All right, so they got the soft squats, right? Same concept. Can't make this up, bro. This beats every 2 high safety read in the game, regardless of what coverage you're in. Okay, I'm gonna show you. Let's say they think the cover 2's not working, they're not gonna do that no more. Let's say they want to go cover 4, right? Or cover 6. Let's say they want to do cover 6. Tell you, it's nothing to it but to do it, right? This play is money when you need it to be. So you run this flipped. Flip might be a little intriguing, but it should work either way. So we'll run it flip first. So it should be the quarters over there. That's fine. So same thing. Just run the 2 out routes. Smart route the out route. Smart route the post. Just butt naked open. Okay. Now if they start using that, what's going to happen is they're going to give you those dig routes. All right. So let's say I don't throw that, right? Let's just run all the route concepts. That way I can give you guys the read progression. If they start using and going after that post, they're going to give me some pretty attractive underneath rack catches. Okay. So one I like to look at is sometimes I'll pay attention to who they're using. Are they on a linebacker? Are they on a safety? What are they trying to defend? What are they trying to take away? If they're going after that post route, I guarantee you with that safety on the right, I'm going after that tight end, right? So if I see that, I'm going to come over there and hit him. That's going to be my second read if I see them start using that. If they're over there and they're, you know, they got a good user, a guy, good change of direction, and they might be able, I'm not saying they will, they're very good at baiting or whatever, and they can force me to make the wrong read. This is where I come to my backside dig. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, we're going to wait on it, get a nice little high ball, try to get it over there, over that linebacker's head. Probably need to put Devontae over there. We good. Try it again. See if I can get that high ball. A little tough, but I mean it's doable if you got an elite receiver with a good high jump ball, where I might be able to smart it. Or better yet, like I said, you could probably put him in the comeback, run the in route, run it like that. See what one they chase. Like I said, you're going to have the one play touchdown. That's a given. But sometimes you can take those little underneaths. And now if you don't feel like you want to run it like that, you can run a drive concept, just level flood everything over there like that, and then you have your underneath. And there we go, right there. That's what I was looking for. So you have a nice little levels drive concept that you can also throw into the mix, you know, if they start trying to use it for post. All right, so again, like I said, we can go just like that. You're gonna give me that flat, we'll take the flat. You know, so it's pretty solid concept. Works very good, especially like it said, cover 6. Now let's get more into the deeper drop coverages. Okay, let's say they want to start running cover 4. Okay, it's going to pretty much cover all of your 2 high safety reads just out of this one formation, and I'll show you the other formations as well with the same concept. All right, so let's say they're persistently pass heavy. Let's say they want to stay in dollar, right? They run this cover 4 drop. I know a lot of people see people who run this, they just spam the hell out of it, right? So same concept. Like I said, you're gonna have to pass. You're gonna have to do the slide protect to the backside. Watch this bomb, baby. So sometimes you're gonna have to wait on it a little bit. That way you don't get a bad under pressure throw. You know, like I said, I'm using an 86 throw power quarterback. So. But for the purpose of the video, that's why I'm using an 86 overall. Well, I mean a 57 overall. And I will show you guys. There you go. That's how you beat cover 4 with this. Beats any 2 high safety read in the game. They're going to have to make adjustments to it. Okay. So another thing, if your opponents, I'm gonna need to make sure that I emphasize this. If you see your opponents like running these 3-man rushes with contain, and sometimes you're in the shotgun, by default, your quarterback is going to take a drop back further than he should, and it's going to make the contain rushes a little bit more aggressive than you want them to be. So in order to cancel those contain rushes, all you have to do as soon as you snap the bite, snap the ball, is do a pump fake, okay? And that's gonna negate the QB contain, and it's gonna give you a clean pocket. Okay, so I'm gonna just hit them with the pump fake real quick. That way I got a clean pocket to throw over the top, okay? Be careful not to do it too quick, because sometimes they might be using a bull rusher or something like that. Just whenever you think you took enough steps back, you can use the pump fake, okay? So it's just something that you guys might want to iterate into your game plan when you play people that run these 3-man rushes with the contain. So like I said, we'll take 1, 2, quick pump fake, clean pocket. Not bad, you know. You can't make all of them in practice mode, but as long as you guys understand what you need to do in situations to make things work. And y'all guys can go into practice mode yourselves. If you don't believe me, you'll notice you won't have that rattle effect that happens on your controller that basically is going to tell you you're under pressure, don't make this throw right, even though we make it anyway. But if you get the timing on when you do your drop back, I guarantee you that, guys, you'll be a lot more, you know, pristine in the pocket. Okay, so 1, 2, quick pump fake. Notice how the contain can't do nothing to me. And we hit them over the top. All right, so just make sure that you guys iterate that into your game plan when you're going up against people that use the QB contain from these 3-man rushes, okay? So again, that's cover 4 drop. What about match quarters? Let's say we're doing palms and quarters, right? Simple concept, guys. And this is basically, this is going to be my trademark, okay? I'm calling it now before other people start being like, nah, that's mine. Nah, no. Don't do that. It's my trademark. What I do for a living is throw 1-play touchdowns. Okay? So same thing, quarters. Run the out route, both sides, got the backside dig. You don't necessarily have to have the dig. You could probably be a little creative if you want. You could probably run a slant and then drag the tight end. Like you could drag the tight end and slant him, you know, if you want to make the read on the slant. But just be mindful, if you drag that tight end, you're not going to have that post route, okay? Because if I don't run anything at that safety is going to play that quarter, and he's going to bracket over there on Adams. So your objective of running the smart out route is to prevent the bracket coverage, okay? That's really the main thing when you're dealing with match coverages, is to get those brackets off the field. So up against cover 4 quarters, boom. Notice, I'm going to show you why running that out route, smart route with that tight end is so important. You kind of watch his safety. When you run that route right at him, that's going to be his match assignment. If number 2 goes vertical, and if y'all watch my channel a lot, when I started telling you guys how to play match quarters, when I was using the safety, I always told you, take number 2 vertical, right? Well, see, when he goes vertical and then he runs out, notice how he matches up. We force man coverage. Okay, so we force that inside quarter away from his zone and run that post over the top of his head, just like that. Okay, so that's going to be your switch concept that you're going to create, that's going to open up everything that you need over the top. You know, and the big thing that gets this open is, you know, we're doing it to both safeties. We're keeping them mid-level, keeping them, you know, basically like in 10-yard range, so that we can throw easy plays over the top. You know, both safeties get taken out, no safety help over the top, you're able to bomb match quarters. Now, what if they're doing palms? I don't know if they have big nickel over G in this Kansas City Chiefs defense. And look at this guy. Cat. Get off. Let's see if they got big nickel over G. I think it's the only defense that has palms. Yes, they do. You should get the same effect versus palms coverage. Just like that. takes them, boom. I don't know why it was an under pressure throw, but like I said, you're not going to get all of them in practice mode, especially with a 57 overall quarterback. But again, like I said, who else you see using a 57 overall quarterback to show you and teach you these mechanics? No one. Everyone else is using the high rated teams with the abilities. Now, you don't need that, man. You just got to understand the concepts that I teach you. They will work, okay? That's the difference between me and your favorite YouTubers. Like, I'm going to actually teach you shit. Look at that, boom. 57 overall quarterback throwing money shots down the field, okay? So that's pretty much going to be how you attack any safety, too high safety read. Now, I said I was going to show you from the other formations as well that have that same post route. I like that post route because it's delayed. Not too many post routes that are like that in the game, and I think that is the best post route to have in your arsenal. Now, the other formation that I like that has the similar concept is going to be this doubles formation, doubles Y flex. Has this same play, but it's called Shark HB Wheel. Now, I like to use this versus cover 6 personally. If I see someone running like a lot of cover 2 or cover 6, this is what I like to do. Alright? I like to run right at that safety. So I could run like an in route right at that safety to pull him inside. And we get that wheel route over there on the outside. Now, as far as what we're doing with the other safety, again, you got to make sure that you're running a route right at that safety, okay? So just like that, we got an out route ran right at the safety. Then I might decide I want to run a drag on the backside, okay? Now, in this formation, you're not going to have as much protection as the other one did, where the running back's blocking, because you're going to have that one running back running that wheel route in this one. But like I said, you do have the drag here to kind of help you in case you do get pressure. But same thing, we're going to try to hit this route to Hollins. Not even my best receiver, but like I said, he's getting over. That's the main thing. Personally, I would want you guys to make sure that you're getting it to your best receiver on that post route. Like I said, we're creating switch route concepts on the field. Just like that. And boom. Okay? I tell you, man, I make one play touchdowns for a living, man. Y'all should get a session with me. Cash at me like $5 to $10 or whatever, and I can show you every one play touchdown I ever use. But let me show you. I think there's like another one. I think the other one was ace pair. This is for the single back guys. So they run too high safety, even if they run cover 2 man. All you got to do is make sure that you're running something directly at that safety. So in this case, you're going to have your 2 tight ends. They're going to have to run directly at those safeties. So I can go in route, out route. And then I can run like a slant under or something like that. Be creative with it. Try to avoid that throw out of sack. I think I had too many routes go to the left that time. Let's see if I can change it up. Sometimes I like that. Cover 2 man. Probably create like a rub route. There we go. Got a levels. Ooh, Hollins, I see you. But as long as you guys get the idea. I'm gonna play some games. But if y'all see the stuff I'm talking about, I'm gonna do it against some live opponents, so you guys know I ain't bullshitting, bro. We're gonna do this. We're gonna rock with Stidham like we have the last 2-3 days. Except if you just joined the stream, man, make sure you check out the beginning, bro. I'm kind of teaching y'all some stuff. But if you're here for the games, I'm gonna be teaching you in the game as well. And I gotta get that Bill Romanowski. Gotta get him. But I had to take a breather on the mud so that I can help you guys, man. That's what we're here for. Cause ain't nobody else gonna do it for you, man. Them people, they gonna charge you $20 to run a spam defense or a spam offense that really isn't no good anyway, man. These folks ain't no good for you guys, man. I'm telling you. They don't do nothing but try to deceive you. Think they're gonna give you the real shit? No. And they're making a profit off of you people buying bullshit. It's like, don't do it, fellas. You better tell them about me, man. I'm here to help you guys. I'd rather just give y'all a session, man, and let y'all pick my brain apart. I can teach you anything you want to learn, man. Get a session with me. Stop buying ebooks. I'm telling you, it's gonna be the new wave. I'm gonna hurt a lot of people's feelings. They gonna be mad at me, but I don't care, man. I don't think people need to be getting ripped off. End of the day, it is what it is. One thing is, man, like I said, when I did some time in jail, I spent 10 months in there with liars, thieves, and criminals, man. And that was like the worst 10 months of my life, bro, that I'm stuck in a pod with these motherfuckers, bro. And it just made me want to beat the shit out of them. Like, you're fucking stealing, bro. Like, imagine someone come and steal y'all shit, bro. Like, Someone try to steal from me, I'm gonna go off on his head. I'll tell you right now. So that's pretty much why I am the way I am. You know, I don't want people ripping y'all off, you know, trying to give you some fake info on defense. And these people never played football a day in their life. They just play a video game. Like, y'all buy ebooks from them? Like, come on, guys. Y'all gotta do better than that. They don't know the first thing about a 3-tech or a 2-tech. They don't know anything about that. But y'all buying ebooks from them.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line.
But we'll save that conversation for another day. Wing tight. Great tight ends. I'm gonna have to play with this a little bit. Make sure everything matches up. Take the wheel.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Not gonna be able to roll out, bro. That play take too long to develop.
Well, if they have any thoughts of coming in here and getting this road victory, that's not the way to start it out on the first play of the game.
Yeah, one thing you always say when you go on the road, take the crowd out of the game. They actually brought the crowd into it by permitting that sack right out of the gate.
And this throw a bit
Told
late.
you, man. I play defense.
This drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great
Shit, all you gotta do is just pay attention.
first down, followed by an incomplete.
Notice I don't come out and play my defense automatically. I'll wait for them to pick theirs. And then we go from there.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. This out quickly to Williams. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's second down. Herbert off of play action. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on that opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw here, Herbert.
Defense.
And a big loss here as he's taken down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss. They'll make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
Steps away to his left. That is caught. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Here we go on 4th. Herbert.
Where you going with it?
Putting the pressure right.
Where you going with it?
Free. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47.
You'll be making shit harder than it needs to be, man.
At the start of a game, has a mental image of how they expect.
Trying to roll out of the pocket shit, bro. Shit don't work, man. You gotta know how to make reads.
Seemingly in control, and that fumble, that's got to be a little bit deflating, don't you think?
Yeah, foiled the whole plan there. Turned the ball over. Following the fumble recovery, here's Stidham.
I see you. I see you.
He's going to get there. Down he goes. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Stidham. Escaping the pressure right.
I see you.
Diving effort, but only right at the line of scrimmage. No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Yeah, I see you.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Stidham. And that is
You gotta make that quick throw.
He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
Second and 10 now. Stidham.
Under pressure, shit. It's fine.
And the Chargers are going to have it here just past the 25. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
Well, we knew he was close to the line of scrimmage.
I know how to play defense, my guy.
When you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage. They can often throw it over your head.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Justin Herbert looking to pass. Forced out to his left. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I know we spent a lot of time talking about how the defensive backs read routes and make plays.
Not running gun empty on me, bro.
How about a good linebacker? Feeling the route, seeing the quarterback, jumps the play, and knocks it away. Really well done.
Buying time to his left. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down. On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like
certain things change when you see certain things.
But then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the play did on the last one.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. To throw is Stidham.
That's what we're waiting on right there.
Deep for Adams. And got his man complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae Adams, 57 yards. And the Raiders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short. And this will remain a 6-0 ball game.
Back to playing defense, fellas. I like playing defense.
Kickoff unit now as they will send this one away.
Being a good offensive mind, bro, you gotta know how to play defense. Because you're gonna be spending a lot of time playing defense.
25 to the 26-yard line.
Alright, so if I see Trey Y. I could possibly do this.
The Charger drive about to get going. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? The turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed.
Good job on those run hits.
People in the secondary, that led to a really nice game.
Divine Diablo there to make the stop.
Not a huge carry there on 1st down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll take this forward for about 5 as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Herbert now. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they're going to get this.
Not big enough to air truck, bro.
They brought in the heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a 1st down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full
run fits, guys.
In the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Here's Herbert. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 21. Herbert on first down now. Over the middle, it's complete. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Allen, the man in motion right. Herbert throwing again. Now they go screen. It's complete. Touchdown. Austin Eckler as the first half is winding down. And the Chargers have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead.
You want to dance.
Into the locker room.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. Brandon Staley telling his troops to stay out there and go for 2. Now they'll empty out the backfield. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will ball his way in there for the 2 points. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. Flushed out right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Stidham. Open man, that's Renfrow. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Final play of the half. It's Stidham. Looking deep for Adams.
Too good at this shit.
That is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams. As time expires in the first half. And the Raiders have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. And just before the half ends, the prayer is answered defensively. A disaster there.
I know often we're surprised when this actually works. I mean, the excitement level goes way up, but maybe we shouldn't be because I know as a defender, you've got to be in this situation, but you can't interfere with the receiver because remember, it's a spot foul, and it'll be 1st and goal if it happens in the end zone, and you don't want to give up that play. That little bit of hesitancy often works really well for offensive guys.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter. And, Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here. That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one. So now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game. Stidham again here on 2nd and 10.
I try to dawdle.
Crowd and intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football. And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their minds. But there's a long way to go in this game. You know, they've just got to find a way to come back one play at a time. Yes, it's a cliche, but they can get it done. After the turnover, here's Herbert.
Not flag.
And he'll just get rid of it. The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team. Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Here's a diving catch.
I'm glad you caught that.
And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. Circle the Pro Bowl? Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. They snap it to Herbert.
Oh, come on, that was late.
Flag coming in. This could be a first down. So pass interference, the call there, always, obviously, Charles, such a subjective call. You agree with the penalty? Well, from where we're standing right now, I think the officials are tightening things up here in the second half. Maybe a defender gets away with that in the first, but this time the flag comes out, and I think it's a good call. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler, and he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line. I have to think a major focus at a halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating. Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks. Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level. Working the middle here. That's complete.
Jump on him.
The tight end. Touchdown, Chargers. Gerald Everett. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers take advantage of the short field and finish it off with a quick touchdown. Well, they were down 6 at intermission, but they quickly erased that deficit. And, Charles, now they've got a chance to take the lead. And while being down 6 points, obviously not an insurmountable lead. Tying the game up, that just relaxes a whole team, doesn't it? And now when you add the extra point and you go up, you really feel good about what you've accomplished. So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. From just inside the 20, a short kick. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They start from scratch here, so to speak. 14 all following the interception last time that led to a score. Well, they've got it 1st and 10. And this one is incomplete. As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he's outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game. Out of the gun, Stidham. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd. On the delay, this is Abdullah. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas 1st down.
That's quite a spot there for his first carry of the game, but obviously they had plenty of faith in him, didn't they?
No question about it. And here, why not go with the fresh legs? Able to push forward, pick up that first. Stidham sets to throw on 1st. Being chased out left.
Stidham!
He works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down. Here's Stidham. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Cole. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. From midfield now, here's Stidham. Connects with Cole again. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Back to the ground now. Here's Abdullah. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. They'll throw on 1st down with Stidham. He's going to find and complete it to Renfrow. And he'll be brought down at the 27.
This has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, Abdullah. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Stidham from the shotgun. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here.
And partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
Here's Jacobs. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice pickup of 6 there to get him closer to the end zone, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on 1st down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
Jacobs again. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
First throw now for the backup Carr. And he finds Waller in the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A great play there. There to make the grab. And the Raiders answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. Carr will look to throw. It's complete.
Bro.
I don't know about you.
Come on,
I
yeah.
can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
The Charger drive about to get going. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. Second down and 5. Now it's Herbert. Steps away to Guyton. 7 yards there and a first down. What a big tackle there defensively.
One of the most difficult things for a defender to do, and think about the speed that he brought down. If he gets away, he's likely gone.
Throwing, Herbert. It'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. Running on first down, Eckler. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. It's Eckler again. And he'll follow his blockers there all the way down to the 23-yard line. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 60 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at home. Use them now.
They come up on a 1st and goal, and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and a PAT for the lead. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And the ball situated at the 9. 2nd and goal. Herbert. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he'll get it down close to the goal line, but not quite in. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
Came up about a yard short, but I can't help it, Brandon. I love it when the big guy gets the football and he tries to battle his way forward. There's something about those guys carrying the ball and watching people try.
And he's in for the touchdown, and barring a miracle, the extra point can win this football game.
Well, that's the one they had to have. Put them in a position where they're tied up, but I got to get out of the way. We still got an extra point that's pretty crucial.
That's right. Just one more element to complete the victory. And now the kick is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway.
That's what we do, baby.
10, 5, and into
That's what we do. We be winning games in the craziest ways, man.
is how you snatch.
Appreciate it, bro.
Have you ever seen anything like that?
Just a simple extra point, and now we understand nothing is really simple when you play in the NFL. That would have given them the lead here in the final minute. This is going to be a tough pill for them to swallow as they try to recover.
Now Stidham. Flush to his right. That throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
Fucking block a kick from him. Needed that, bro. Needed that, bro. That should be saving me sometimes. People start realizing they can't just chunk it against my defense, and they really got to work me. Because I'm gonna give you a fight.
That can be a big deal because remember,
I gotta make a roster change though. That way I have a package that I want for my 3-4 odd. Alright, I'm just go to my depth chart. I know for a fact I want there. Alright, defensive ends left. That's right. Yeah, that should be right. Shouldn't have to change that. I wish Coons had a little bit more speed. I could probably utilize him a little bit more. Other than that, I don't think I got anybody I can put right there. Yeah, alright. I just gotta use that package. Block that kick. Sorry, but not sorry, bro. Rule number one, man, you want a big play. They gotta be big. They gotta have good agility. Gotta have decent speed and acceleration. Size helps because when you jump and they got good agility, they're gonna just have better range on their jump. I use Isaiah pull him out for it. I know he's not a very high overall, but he is very good at doing what I need him to do for blocking that kick.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium in
A little bit more
downtown
consistent than Abram was. Like, Abram was fine at doing it. He was pretty good.
Between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Minnesota Vikings. Just about time to rock as Toe gets ready to meet leather. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. They start the drive with Carr.
now that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
And he'll but no more than that. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Cousins. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and shorted the sticks.
On 2nd down, Cook. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
On 3rd down, Cousins.
They're
looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted.
Jefferson cannot save you, my friend.
Possession of the football.
Well, short of them returning it for a pick 6, that was about the worst start you could ask for in this one because your advantage of getting the ball first is gone, and they're set up a short distance from your end zone. Now you're counting on your defense to prevent a touchdown, and your offense, you better be ready to come out swinging on the next series.
First down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Not a big run on the first play of the drive, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad play. Sometimes you're just trying to settle in, get your guys a little bit of contact, and get things moving.
Now Stidham on 2nd down.
That
is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Devontae Adams, 31 yards. And the Raiders use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle third of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening, but they found the opening and exploited it.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs, and he will get in to make it 8-0. And they're able to ground it in there on the 2-point try. And you and I were talking before the game. The 2-point conversions from the 15-16 season, what has changed, what hasn't changed, partner?
Yeah, I'll tell you what's changed is just your normal strategy because now you're either kicking the football with the ball on the 15-yard line or if you decide to go for 2, they put it on the 2-yard line. So what are you thinking as a coach? Do I risk it? Do I go for it here? Do I try and gain a strategic advantage and maybe go for 2 early? That's what people are wondering about.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
From the 36, Cousins. They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So they take a decent shot, CD, and the flag comes out for pass interference.
Yeah, a little DPI, as they like to call it in the business, right? And the farther you get downfield, the more frenetic things get, and the more calm and control you have to remain as a defender. That's a little bit of a slip there, and the penalty will go against it.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Cook again. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. On 1st and 10, Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Cousins now to throw on first down. Justin Jefferson bringing in the slant. And the Vikings are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. Cook is in. Touchdown, Minnesota. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know that sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line collected victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Joseph connects on the extra point, and this is now a 1-point game. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Fields this way up at the 17. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now. He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Stidham. Looking deep for Adams. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, his arm strength never an issue, but this one winds up in the wrong hands.
Oh, the coverage here is just terrific because when it's done really well, sometimes you can't distinguish whether it's the receiver or the defensive back the ball's intended for. He actually ran with him in perfect motion and able to make a big-time play.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Cousins. There's Jefferson to pull that in. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. Cousins in step with Jefferson that time. First down, Vikings.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Again, it's Cook. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. That time on the outside, pretty nice job as a cornerback to shed any would-be blockers and make the tackle.
Think about the praise we're giving him, what his coaches are giving, but how about the respect he gets from his teammates to be a complete corner who doesn't just cover receivers, but also tackles ball carriers.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Catch number 4 for him on the afternoon, and it'll give him a first down.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A second down throw for Cousins. Dancing to his left. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. To the air again, it's Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. 2 minutes even in what's been a tight first half. 8-7 our score. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 44-yard line. Here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. On 2nd and 1, Cousins. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a 1st down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going.
And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. 68 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 2nd and goal from the 1. They try again with Carr, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the 2nd time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack. And you just have to love watching the way he can create space down near the goal line. And he's able to take it into the end zone.
Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Now Stidham on 1st down. Looking deep for Adams.
Jeez.
And he's got it inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Davante Adams in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders have a chance.
You're going to learn, man, that two-man under is not no prevent defense, bro.
Josh McDaniels,
I got one play touchdowns for every defense in the game.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is into the end zone. So they get 2 more on the board here just before halftime.
Yeah, bro. I like him. I can't wait till you get some ratings. We hit a little 86 throw power.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Cousins. And he's going to go down.
Shit, Tiller.
Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So a very tight first half. We had to break in a 1-point game. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach? The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. Fields this way up at the 17. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. He hits Adams complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go play action now. Stidham. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there? Freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Stidham's throw taken in by Adams. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the 1st.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll try to run it in with Abdullah. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yes, now 2nd and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Zamir White. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Raiders take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2. Instead, I'm going to look to throw for it.
Go.
And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. On is the Raider kickoff unit now as they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially. But you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
It's the former number 4 overall pick, Cleveland Ferrell, that got in there to bring him down. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long.
Ferrell! Let's go! Don't run no fucking screen on me, bro. Don't run no screen on me, bro. Let's go. You thought he was gonna get away with murder there, He wasn't having that. Spamming the fucking Dalvin Cook too much, bro. That'll do it. So they took my rank away from me, bro, because I ain't been playing Regs much, but I'm still technically ranked. And we doing this shit with Stidham. Studham. Stud him. Stidham is him. He's that guy. He's the best quarterback in the game. Can't make this shit up. Proof is in what I'm showing you guys. Dude out here is doing the damn thing. No abilities. Not even a sub 60 overall. Just out here. Hey, I can't make this shit up. He's just out here doing it, man. I don't know how. I don't know. I like him, bro. I'm weird like that. I like to prove people wrong, I guess. I'll take the most dysfunctional team, bro. In a franchise mode, and I'll get rid of all the good players, and I'll be like, man, give me the fucking bench warmers, bro. We going to the Super Bowl with the bench warmers. I remember like Madden 17, I think I did my first CFM with multiple use, like a 32-man league. They wouldn't give me the Raiders, you know, it was just an experimental phase for me. And, you know, I traded for Raider players that I could get my hands on. You know, I think I had Connor Cook. In Madden 17, there was this thing where they implemented where you could tap R2 to have, like, where you could run around and still be able to throw it down the field. And it was also bugged where you could literally do that and then just wear defenses out and not get sacked. You know, so I would do that shit, run back 50 yards and then run all the way back up, bro. I thought I was the shit. And then they took that shit away. I was like, fuck. That was like the coolest feature to do, man. That shit was broken as hell, but it worked. I love doing it.
First play and a first throw for Rodgers.
Throw that crosser.
He finds Randall Cobb with a completion. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On first down, Rodgers.
Trying to do too many crosses, bro. This shit don't work on me. And motion height makes it easier for me to block shit too, so just do it again. You don't believe me?
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Rodgers now to throw. Got his man. It's Bo Melton. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air.
Learn today.
Sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Thank you for the block, Shed.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Caught left side by Cobb. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. So a bold call that this drive will forge on. 1st and 10 after the 4th down conversion. To throw is Rodgers. This pass complete to Melton. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On 2nd and inches, Rodgers. This is Cobb with a catch right side. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 38-yard line. Rodgers to Cobb, good for a Green Bay first. Well, whatever script they put together for this offensive drive, Charles, seems to be working. I'm curious to see if this defense will make any adjustments here.
Things certainly going according to plan, aren't they? I mean, the way they're advancing the football, it's like they're on the practice field having one of their better days. But instead, it's game day, and they're moving the ball downfield with purpose.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Rodgers. Out of the backfield, this is Aaron Jones. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game. And you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
You know, on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
And again, it's Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. We're scoreless after one. The Packers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw once more. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
To throw again on second down. Rodgers. He's got Watson.
Yeah, Avery, you got 90, 93 speed.
23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, that drive felt like it took up an eternity. We finally have some action on the scoreboard.
Yeah, but plenty of action prior to, because that drive took up all the first quarter before we spilled into the second, and finally, points were registered.
On the other side, and he's going to be taken down. It's a sack.
To kicking extra points, bro.
The try for two. So they went for two and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. They'll throw on first down with Stidham. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. He's got a man complete.
We did that.
And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. Devontae Adams, 83 yards. And the Raiders strike quickly here to tie up the ball game. Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have him go for two. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he is not going to find the end zone. He stopped up short, and this remains a 6-6
You got
game.
lucky. You're the one that needs to take the field goals.
Apiece as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Cobb in motion right. Off the play fake to Jones. Here's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Cobb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Throwing left side, and Watson has it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 48-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down. They'll
send a receiver in motion to the right. Rodgers again now. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw and coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now a play fake. Rodgers. He's able to find Melton. He'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Rodgers now on 1st down. Another catch for Melton. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And the Packers are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. To throw, it's Rodgers. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers have taken the lead. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one. But that was actually throwing game 101 right there. You challenge double coverage like that, you're liable to get burned. Fortunate that was just incomplete.
Second down, Stidham to throw. Man open is Keelan Cole, complete. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Stidham. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
2nd and 10 now. Stidham. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Romeo Doubs, as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime. Rodgers will throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on.
Oh, wide open, complete.
Making too many adjustments, bro.
And he will score. Touchdown.
Catching on. I got photographic memory.
Renfrow in the final seconds of the first half. And the Raiders are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Well, this could be a big turnaround. They get the touchdown here in the final moments of the second quarter. And remember, Charles, they're going to get the ball to start quarter number 3 as well.
So what you're saying is if they take the ball down to start the second half and score again, it could change the entire complexion of this game, couldn't it?
Absolutely. 4 seconds, all that remain here in this first half as the kick gets away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Doubs. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Raiders are going to have it first, and they trail here as we get back to it in this third quarter of action. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage.
Love that defense, bro. Keeping it.
They're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Stidham to throw. Looking again for Waller, and he's got him again. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
A couple of first downs right in succession, and this is an offense that could really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll wind up
dotted up by a 57 overall quarterback, bro.
Inside the 20. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. And now a timeout coming from the defensive side for the Packers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And they'll send the tight end in motion. Stidham sets to throw on first. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Oh, Adams, what a grab. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Try to run for it with Jacobs. And he will hit the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Jacobs will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Josh McDaniels, he's got faith in his offense, and he's going to have them go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Boy, it's only a 1-score game. Third quarter, mind you, but they're going to go for the onside kick right here. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. I know they're down, but starting the third quarter there with the onside kick, what you think?
Well, I think that they're looking at it as we may not have as many possessions in this game as we want. There may be that sense and that feel that they've got to go ahead and make something happen, steal a possession, try and steal some points, and get themselves right back in a position to try and win the game.
Rodgers now on first down. That's complete to Dobbs. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
From the 36, Rodgers. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. And he finds his way into the end zone as the lead moves to 10. So they try to make it a two-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A two-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Final minute now of the third quarter. Now it's Stidham. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Here's Stidham. Open out on the left side. This is Cole. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Second and 5. Play action. It's Stidham. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
On first and 10, here's Rodgers. That one caught downfield by Watson. Touchdown, Packers! Christian Watson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Packers are an extra point away from making this a 3-score game. Once again now the Packers going for 2. They'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And the pass complete to Waller on the out route. He's got room past the 30. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. To throw is Stidham. Looking deep for Adams. And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Adams the man in motion left. Now it's Stidham. He's going to find and complete it to Renfrow. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Throwing again here, Stidham. And this is caught at the 20. It's a big play there for Vegas. And even 50 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. Now Stidham off play action. They'll roll him out right. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that when he's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. They go with Jacobs. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs takes it in from a yard out. And the Raiders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
On first down, Rodgers. He's got the hook up with Dobbs. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good pickup there, 21 yards. The passing game continues to be their friend. Even with a stable lead here in the fourth, Charles, they're going back to that well.
Yeah, with their overall philosophy, you know that they trust their quarterback. He's been able to throw it well. They continue to throw these safe passes. Who can blame them?
Now it's Rodgers. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Second and 10. Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Rodgers on fire. His 5th touchdown pass of the ball game. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. An important score there, CD, and now an important extra point because it would make it a 3-score game.
Love the map there, and at this point in the fourth quarter, look, we all need next-gen stats, right? We all use them, but we don't need them here, do we? Because that means it's almost a certain victory.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. Stidham gets this to Waller, and he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Stidham. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now Stidham. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Adrian Amos with a pick, and the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Rodgers throwing here. And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Romeo Doubs, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers tack on another score as they have dominated this 4th quarter. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense.
That's true. You've said that before. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cole. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds.
Yeah.
On first down, Stidham. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now Stidham. Open man, that's Renfrow. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Again, Stidham. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown Raiders. Davante Adams, 58 yards. And the Raiders get a bit closer.
You got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And this is recovered by the Packers, so that might just about do it. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Rodgers looking to throw. Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Throwing again on second down. Rodgers, he's going to air one out. Touchdown, Packers. Bo Melton with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Packers have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, and if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Now Stidham on second down. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on third down to get their momentum going again.
Stidham. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Yo, P.I.
This pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Packers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. If they had
literally
decided
just push off on
their way
him and
back
play.
into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
looks like he'll throw here. Caught by Cobb. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 40.
Oh, they nerfed my guy's tackling. That's sad. That still ain't do that bad. 477. That should have been PI on that other one though. Let's double check. See, I was trying to get his user off of that. Could have probably ran an in route and just bait him down with the in route underneath, on like a double in route with a deep. That's what I'll start doing when they start doing that. Sometimes you've got to keep them like with a short check down concept, 10, 15 yards. Something to kind of entertain their user a little bit. Oh, what time is it? Anyways, time for me to go to sleep, fellas. Shit, I gotta get up for work early in the morning, but I will be on tomorrow afternoon. Like I said, the concept is good. That game, I was just so far behind. It was just a shit show. Really, just scoring points. Like I said, just go back to the beginning. You can kind of create route concepts with it. Like I said, the in route with that deep dig over the top would have probably been more necessary in that situation. But like I said, we working things out. But other than that, man, I'm gonna get me some sleep, and I will see y'all tomorrow.